Greetings, lovely citizens. Qutatron here, and today I want to talk a little bit about Anvil Paladin, a new concepted gunship, a real powerhouse if we're talking about combat platforms in Star Citizens. And the closest contender, Aegis Redeemer, truly crippled in the last patch. I think it's very important topic for all of players, even these players that will not use these ships in the game. So let's go. I really like the Paladin visually. Personally, I love the style of Anvil ships, and in this aspect, it is my second favorite manufacturer in the Star Citizen universe. Terrapin and Valkyrie are ships that have stirred my imagination for a long time, and the only thing that stopped me from getting one of these ships was the lack of practical application in my own gameplay style. Paladin may change that, because with a powerful size 3 shield, 4 size 4 guns controlled by pilot, and up-to-date interior, it will be good enough for me to fly even solo. In addition, the powerful size 5 quad turret makes this ship probably the only medium ship in the game right now. It is really worth flying with a second person. In theory, Paladin can be replaced with 2 constellations operated by solo pilot, but this type of gameplay is only for min-maxing. Still, in my opinion, Paladin will be very fun to use with your friends. Personally, I think the Redeemer nerf may have something to do with the sale of Paladin, but it doesn't have to, at least not in 100%. Before the rebalance, the Redeemer was an extremely tanky ship with powerful firepower. However, to fully use it you need 3 players, not just 2, like in the case of the latest gunship created by CIG. The rebalance assumed a significant buff to the speed and maneuverability of this military platform of Aegis. However, I assume that the Paladin will therefore be very slow and not very agile. It will be simply flying tank, which will make the Redeemer still have an advantage in PvP situation, even after the nerf. If I'm right, then in this case, on one-on-one PvP scenario, even a smaller cutlass will be more than enough to scrap a fully crewed, clumsy and slow Paladin. However, such ships are not used very often in PvP. Their power is most useful for destroying larger ships, for example during events or ERT contracts. Redeemer loses a lot from its nerf, because despite better speed and better maneuverability, it loses a huge amount of shield HP, and its 2 main turrets do not provide enough benefits to waste 2 additional players to operate them. In any case, taking 2 additional, even much smaller ships like Titan will be better solution than fully crew a Redeemer. Balancing multi-crew ships around ship alone make no sense for me. The creators should consider balancing these vessels according to the power per single player, not power per single ship. Otherwise, flying with several people in anything related to the combat will be pointless. A fully multi-crew ship must be overpowered compared to the solo operated ship, always and without question. Otherwise, no one will want to waste the time sitting in the turret. Redeemer have been balanced terrible. While losing powerful shields for mobility would be okay, nerfing turrets was a serious mistake because currently there is no point in sitting in the Redeemer turrets at all. It is better to bring a few solo operated vanguards or other fighters. Considering the pure multi-crew gameplay and usability in PvE gameplay, it can be said that this nerf is largely related to the sale of Paladin, which is incredibly sad and pathetic. There is a post on Spectrum asking for questions for Q&A on Paladin, and the most upvoted comments are about whether Redeemer was nerfed to sell Paladin. Many comments, I assume indecent ones, were deleted. It's a shame that intolerance of indecent comments goes hand in hand with tolerance and use of indecent marketing practices. But what if it were possible to at least partially prevent such a backlash? Before I explain how, let's first look at the Paladin sales page. Here we see weapons, components. Based on the amount of size of quantum fuel tanks, we can more or less estimate the amount of quantum fuel, but nothing more. We don't really know how much HP Paladin will have, how fast or how slow it will be, how he will maneuver. Given the immense firepower, we can only guess that it will become a barely flying space tank, but that is pure speculation. After all, everything in concept is speculative. I bet that if the official CIG website, the official store, have a full set of regularly updated parameters for each ship, there wouldn't be such a backlash. Now, when entering the store's website, average player sees only a powerful combat platform with a ton of firepower, and when entering the Redeemer's website, which is at similar price, they see a shadow of the former power of this incredibly unique ship. If we had a clear declaration of the full specification, full stats of each of these ships, we could assess the full vision of the balance and not just selling points. It is unacceptable for me that after so many years we still have to use third-party tools to check what a given ship is capable of. And those in the concept remain a mystery, because we can't check it on Aircool.games, for example. Someone could have said, Qutatron, after all, it's a work in progress and Paladin is still in concept. Why do you require the speed and HP on the ships to be provided? Why? I will answer first, because it is in the interest of both players and creators, and secondly, because somehow It is possible to include information about components, about weapons, or even the appearance of the ship which is still in production. So if it is still in the concept, what is the problem with writing on the website that the ship has a such and such maximum speed, such acceleration, so much HP, for so such a component, etc., etc. Why it is a problem, god damn it. The mentality of players all over the world is changing. The pendulum of social awareness is swinging towards distrust and aversion to anti-consumer practices. Confirmation may be the CIG sales results this month, and if nothing changes, it will be even worse, which I'm not really happy of. I'm not happy of this situation. I really want the best space game ever made, and I think all of us want the same. That was unusual video, but let me know in the comment what do you think about this. Please subscribe, like, and above all, remain aware that you, as a consumer, have the power and full right to influence the market. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day and bye bye.